Stress. We all feel it. We all complain about it. But do we truly understand it? We often brush it off as a temporary inconvenience, a fleeting feeling that will pass. But what if I told you that stress isn't just a feeling? It's a chemical assault on your brain? Yes, you heard that right. Stress, especially when chronic, can physically damage your brain in ways you might not even realize. It's not just about feeling overwhelmed or anxious. It's about a cascade of hormones and inflammatory molecules that can shrink brain regions, kill brain cells, and even increase your risk of devastating diseases like Alzheimer's. But don't worry, this video isn't just about doom and gloom. We're going to dive into the fascinating science behind how stress affects your brain, backed by cutting-edge research from leading experts like Miller and Raisin, 2016, Lupien, McEwen, and others, 1998. But more importantly, we're going to arm you with practical tools and strategies to fight back, to reclaim your mental sharpness, and to build a brain that's resilient to the challenges of modern life. 1. Fight or flight gone wrong. In the wilds of prehistory, the fight-or-flight response was our ancestors' best friend. It was a rapid-fire sequence of physiological changes designed to help them survive immediate threats, like a hungry predator or a rival tribe. When danger loomed, the brain sounded the alarm, triggering a surge of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones revved up the heart, sharpened focus, and flooded muscles with energy, preparing the body to either fight fiercely or flee for safety. In short, it was a life-saving superpower. The beauty of this ancient mechanism is its efficiency. It was designed for short bursts of intense activation, followed by a return to a state of calm and recovery. But in the modern world, our stressors are less about physical danger and more about a relentless barrage of psychological pressures, demanding jobs, financial worries, overflowing inboxes. This means that our fight-or-flight response is often triggered unnecessarily and remains chronically activated, leading to a state of perpetual danger mode. When your brain is stuck in this state, the consequences can be far-reaching. The constant surge of stress hormones takes a toll on both body and mind. You may find yourself battling fatigue that won't quit, even after a full night's sleep. Your fuse may be shorter than usual, leading to outbursts of irritability or frustration. Sleep, once a peaceful respite, becomes a nightly struggle. Concentration becomes a Herculean task, as your mind races with anxious thoughts and worries. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. Chronic stress can also manifest in physical symptoms like headaches, digestive problems, and a weakened immune system. Over time, the cumulative impact of these symptoms can erode your overall well-being and leave you feeling depleted and overwhelmed. The disconnect between our evolutionary biology and our modern lifestyle has created a mismatch that leaves us vulnerable. Our bodies and brains, designed for sporadic bursts of stress, are ill-equipped to handle the constant onslaught of demands we face today. But understanding this mismatch is the first step towards reclaiming control. 2. Stress steals your smarts. Chronic stress isn't just a temporary inconvenience. It can stealthily rob you of your mental sharpness. Over time, the constant flood of stress hormones disrupts the delicate balance of brain chemicals and neural pathways, leading to a decline in cognitive function. You may find yourself struggling to recall important information, misplacing objects, or forgetting appointments. Even simple decisions can become agonizing, as your ability to weigh options and assess risks becomes impaired. And focusing on even the simplest tasks feels like an uphill battle, as your mind wanders and your attention scatters. But the damage doesn't stop there. Research has shown that chronic stress can actually cause brain cells to shrink and even die. This shrinkage, known as atrophy, occurs primarily in the hippocampus, a region crucial for learning and memory. As stress hormones like cortisol flood the brain, they disrupt the hippocampus's ability to form new memories and retrieve old ones. Imagine it like a library where books are constantly being misplaced and shelves are slowly collapsing. This stress-induced brain shrinkage isn't just a theoretical concern, it has real-world implications. Studies have found a link between chronic stress and an increased risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. While the exact mechanisms are still being studied, it's clear that the damage inflicted by stress creates a fertile ground for these devastating conditions to take root. Think of it this way: your brain is like a muscle. When you exercise it regularly, it grows stronger and more resilient. But when you subject it to chronic stress, it weakens and atrophies, leaving it vulnerable to injury and disease. This is why managing stress isn't just about feeling better in the moment. It's about protecting your brain for the long haul. The consequences of unmanaged stress can be devastating. As cognitive function declines, so does your quality of life. Simple tasks become monumental challenges, relationships suffer, and the risk of accidents and injuries increases. But by recognizing the link between stress and brain health, you can take proactive steps to safeguard your mental sharpness and reduce your risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases. 3. The hidden enemy: inflammation. Chronic stress doesn't just wreak havoc on your thoughts and emotions, it ignites a silent fire within your brain: chronic inflammation. This isn't the kind of inflammation you experience with a sprained ankle or a sore throat. It's a low-grade, persistent inflammation that smolders beneath the surface, gradually eroding your brain's resilience. Think of it like this: when your body encounters a threat, like a virus or bacteria, it launches an immune response to fight off the invader. This response involves inflammation, a process where immune cells rush to the site of injury, releasing chemicals to repair damaged tissue and eliminate pathogens. This is a normal, healthy process essential for healing. But when stress becomes chronic, your immune system gets stuck in overdrive. It's like a car alarm that won't shut off, even though there's no real danger. This constant state of alert leads to a persistent release of inflammatory molecules, which can damage healthy brain cells and disrupt neural communication. Miller and Raisin, 2016. In their comprehensive review, Neuroinflammation and Psychiatric Disorders, highlight the detrimental impact of chronic inflammation on brain health. They explain how inflammatory molecules can interfere with the growth and survival of neurons, impair synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and learn, and even trigger the death of brain cells. Furthermore, chronic inflammation weakens the blood-brain barrier, a protective shield that prevents harmful substances from entering the brain. This leaves your brain vulnerable to further damage from toxins and pathogens. It's like leaving the gates of a castle wide open, inviting enemies to invade. The insidious nature of chronic inflammation is that it often goes unnoticed. It doesn't cause the obvious pain and swelling of acute inflammation. Instead, it silently accumulates over time, gradually chipping away at your brain's health and making it harder to manage stress. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You may not notice it at first, but eventually, it will leave you stranded. As the damage accumulates, you may find yourself struggling with brain fog, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. Your immune system may also become compromised, leaving you more susceptible to illness and infection. This creates a vicious cycle where stress triggers inflammation, which further weakens your ability to cope with stress. It's a downward spiral that can have devastating consequences for your long-term health. 4. Fight back for your brain. Now that we've unveiled the hidden enemy of stress and its impact on your brain, it's time to equip you with the tools to fight back. The first step is acknowledging that stress is a natural part of life. It's not something to be avoided or suppressed. Instead, view it as a signal, a message from your body and mind that something needs attention. Once you acknowledge stress, you can begin to manage it effectively. This is not a quick fix. It's a long-term project that requires commitment and patience. But even small wins can make a significant difference in your brain health. Think of it like tending to a garden. With consistent care and attention, even a neglected patch of soil can blossom into a vibrant oasis. One powerful tool for stress reduction is mindfulness. This involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment, observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Research has shown that mindfulness practices like meditation can reduce stress hormones, improve focus, and enhance emotional regulation. Exercise is another potent weapon in your stress-fighting arsenal. Physical activity not only improves cardiovascular health and boosts mood, but also stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that promotes the growth and survival of brain cells. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise most days of the week. Social connection is also crucial for stress resilience. Spending time with loved ones, nurturing relationships, and engaging in meaningful conversations can buffer the negative effects of stress and foster a sense of belonging. Even a simple phone call or a shared meal can make a world of difference. If you find that stress is overwhelming you or interfering with your daily life, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can provide guidance and support, teaching you coping skills and stress management techniques tailored to your individual needs. Remember, managing stress is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. But by arming yourself with knowledge and adopting healthy habits, you can protect your brain, enhance your resilience, and cultivate a life of greater peace and well-being. Let's take a moment for a personal stress inventory. Grab a pen and paper or open a note on your phone and jot down all the sources of stress in your life right now. It could be work deadlines, relationship issues, financial worries, health concerns, or anything else that's weighing on your mind. Once you have your list, take a closer look. Are there any patterns or common themes? Which stressors feel most urgent or overwhelming? Prioritize them, identifying the ones you can realistically address first. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. Now, think back to the stress-reducing practices we discussed in this video. Which one resonates with you the most? Is it mindfulness, exercise, social connection, or something else? Choose one practice and commit to trying it consistently for the next week. Set aside dedicated time each day, even if it's just a few minutes, and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Tell us about the challenges you face, the successes you celebrate, and the lessons you learn along the way. By sharing your stories, you can inspire and support others who are also navigating the path to a less stressful life. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're all in this together. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Stay blessed.